What we're talking about after the break, garbage in the city. The city stinks. And this Green Nairobi Company Limited, who are they?
Green Nairobi, let me explain to you. And thanks for this opportunity to talk about our approach. Solid waste management is a challenge in many urban areas. It's a big challenge because there are not solutions for circular economy. It's a huge logistical enterprise. And in Nairobi, over many years, it became a commercial enterprise. And so you have all these companies being paid to take garbage to the final disposal site, which is Dandora, based on the weight, but not based on how clean the areas were given were. And so we thought about it. I commissioned some research onto it. And we said, look, the problem that we have is, number one, you have not ring-fenced resources, because there's three things you must do to clean a city. I've sat with the mayor of Addis, Adenach. I've looked at Lagos. I've looked at London. I've looked at Cape Town and Johannesburg, where they have Pick It Up Company. Lagos has Lagos Waste Management Authority, and there are many examples. Number one, you need manpower. You need actual people cleaning the streets, sweeping, picking up the trash. When I became governor, the last time that environmental officers had been employed in Nairobi was in the 80s. 80s. And so you find an entire constituency with 3 people, 4 people. You know, if you look at like Westlands, for instance, all the way from Karura to Kangemi, coming down almost to the CBD, 4 elderly ladies were in charge. Embakasi East constituency, Utawala, Mihango, you know, Upper Savannah, Lower Savannah, Donholm, all of those places. But I think 6 women in their 50s to clean it. What did I do? I hired the Green Army. So now we had the manpower. And the manpower was available to clean, and I'm sure if you live in this city, you've seen those kids with their overalls, you know, cleaning and, you know, sweeping, picking up the garbage. Number 2, equipment. There had not been investment in the proper equipment by the city. When I was growing up in this city, we saw what we called Camero that would come every Tuesday and Thursday, and we had bins, NCC bins, that you knew you take out your trash on this day, and the council will come and pick it up. And we had those, you know, skips, you know, in our estates. I was here just in Gara. The first year, I bought 24 tippers. The second year, I bought 27 refuse compactors. I've increased the fleet, you know, almost 3-fold to bridge the equipment gap. So you know you have trucks and you have people. So you have equipment and the people. The third is the logistics around it. And so what happens is that when it's a department in the city, you are relying on revenue because you must fuel the trucks. They don't run on air. You must buy spare parts. You must pay those salaries. Now, when Exchequer delays, and I gave you the example, counties have last gotten money in February, the on-source revenue, which I've told you only 20% are paying, where does it go to? To pay salaries. And so you have the kids who have picked up the trash. Today in my group, one of my WhatsApp groups of old boys of a very good school, formerly called the Duke of York.
That's right, you remember that?
Yes. And in that group, I see someone, John Ojara, posted about the heaps of what has been cleared from the drainage on the side of the road.
Correct.
Of course, you know, you must let it dry a bit, because if you just pile it in the truck, the weight is too much with the water, you know. But he says, look, it'll rain and it'll go back in. Because when on-source revenue has not come in, what happens? You can't fuel the trucks. So you have trucks that are not fueled, and you have kids cleaning the streets. How do you sort that out? By creating an entity that ring fences the resources to do that. That is why we have a company called Nairobi Water. Nairobi Water Company, Nairobi Water and Sewerage Company, was formed by City Council of Nairobi out of the water department in the city, because the needs had outgrown being managed in that structure of the council. And so you have a company with a CEO, with a board, with its own resources, with its own budget, but it's audited. It's a private company owned by a public entity, which is the county government of Nairobi. And that's what we have done. We've set up Green Nairobi Limited. that will have its own board. I'm going to announce the board in a few days. I want a proper, open, transparent recruitment process of the board members, people who have knowledge on circular economy, on recycling, on waste to energy, on logistics, on IT.